All right. So today, I thought, because we are talking about voice notes, I think I should have my wife, who built most of it, uh, on the video as well. Um, so here's my wife, Alicia. I guess you don't have anyone to say hello to because nobody watches the channel. I published the video yesterday and there's like 18 views or something, and I know it's all of my friends from my WhatsApp group. No, I just shared it with a couple of my friends. That's it.
Okay.
But I don't know if YouTube recommended it something. I don't know. But 18 views. Thanks to our 18 viewers. And I won't waste your time. I'll get to it. So I wanted to talk about the backstory of it, of building Voicenotes today. And you know what? I also don't want to talk about it really because it's something that we don't cherish. It was like the darkest period of our lives, really. Like, it was a few weeks ago when we learned that we were sort of enjoying our first pregnancy. We told our close family and friends, and we learned that we miscarried, and it was a shock to us. Although it's very normal and very common, right? I want to get to that real quick, but it was complete shock to us. And we took a break from the company, from Buy Me a Coffee for like a week, I think. And we thought we'll take a break, watch some Netflix, eat some fast food, and guilt trip all the way, and maybe get that out of our system. But what happened was that Netflix wasn't helping. We got distracted real quick, and we were back depressed and sad, right, Alicia? And and
Constantly thinking of it.
yeah, you cannot Netflix your way out of your concerns or anxiety, right? Especially because the whole concept of this thing was very new to us. We are young. We're almost 30, but we are young in our hearts, so we didn't know about miscarriages and pregnancies and stuff. So Joseph, my brother / co-founder of Buy Me a Coffee, and I had an idea that maybe we should build something during this time, and that would distract Alicia because she's an engineer, right? And I had this idea for over a year, and right after ChatGPT came out, that we should have something personal for us to capture and then talk to our notes, like ChatGPT is for the entire world. You have something for your information, because currently I rely on my note-taking apps, but that doesn't have the AI functionality built in. So simple idea, but 1.5 years later, nobody has executed it like I wanted it to. So we started working on a design, Joseph and I shared with Alicia, and she wasn't very excited at first, obviously, right? But after a few iterations of design, I somehow got her excited. That's my thing, right? Getting people excited about ideas and getting them to work. So even I started coding and setting up the backend and stuff. And that's when Alicia thought, yeah, this is serious, because I usually don't work that much. I'm a lazy guy, right? Generally speaking. And then what happened, Alicia? Like, you started coding.
Yeah, I mean, I know that if I start coding something, I would like stay until midnight or
Yeah, and
the
she
next
did.
day because it will keep me engaged, as like Jijo said, because it was my only way to get out of this. I mean, and it really helped me. So I was not sure that I can pull this off, because it was my first backend project. I was actually good at front end, but backend was not my niche, or I didn't have any particular skill with backend coding.
I think ChatGPT helped, right? Like
Yes.
with backend stuff,
Yes,
because
yes.
she's completely new to doing a full-on backend project. Because usually she worked with a backend engineer to do a feature on Buy Me a Coffee.
Yeah.
Whereas with this thing, I was sort of like the backend go-to guy. I'm like a really bad programmer, although I have built stuff before. These days, I don't build anything that's worth anything. So I initially set up the basic app. Laravel and Alicia sort of is already an expert at Vue.js, so we decided to use that for our front end. And then we decided to not take shortcuts and do the whole thing, like host on AWS, secure everything with S3, the audio files, and use Cloudflare, use OpenAI, not use any other models. We tested other models out there. Oh, before we get into the technical bits, because there are tons of interesting stuff, and we'll probably do another video about it. Well, I just want to talk about backstory here. I know, you know what happened when Alicia started working on this thing. She was on it all day, every day, during those like the full week that we had, and it really helped. She was talking about the project. She was excited. She was happy, and it was the perfect distraction. You know, that's why we should have named the company the Perfect Distraction or something. Anyway, I told her, like, if you're registering a company, it's going to be called Coping Hard. It's a good name, isn't it? Coping Hard Incorporated or something. Anyway, it was different, and it was special that week. It made us stronger, for sure.
I mean, all these small things made me excited because this was my first backend project. I was using OpenAI's API to get a response for the recording video, and when I got the response back, I was so excited. I was so happy in like weeks, I guess.
Yes, and it's magical, you know, how the prompts do the work for you. I think I saw a tweet from Ken Kosienta, who worked at Apple and wrote this book, Creative Selection. He wrote about how he spent like several hours creating this great prompt, and it felt like early days at Apple. I don't know to compare with something great like that, but you know, it was different working on Voicenotes compared to, like, let's say building Buy Me a Coffee or BioLink or Watrans and my other projects, like where it was very deterministic logic, which you can see the output of, where this one was very magical and surprising, and the outcome was most often better than what we hoped for. Anyway, do you remember this one time, you know, I don't know if we should talk about this, but you know, after we got out of the hospital after the news, and we were connected with this nurse at the hospital about, you know, booking the surgery, and the nurse was talking fast, and we used voice memos to record the full 5-minute conversation, and we would go back to it often. And I told Alicia that, hey, I had this idea for a proper voice memo, you know, which transcribes, which we can go back to easily rather than, you know, sort of seeking and stuff. And I think that kind of led to us thinking about the problem again and getting back to it, because we took a ton of voice notes during those times, because we were meeting with a ton of nurses and doctors and midwives and during those 3 weeks we had a lot of information to process, and Alicia was all the time on her ChatGPT asking questions. I'm not sure if it helped, because, you know, at the end of the day, because you can't do much about your health even with all the information that you have. Anyway, it's all behind us now. We are all good now. Anyway, just wanted to share this story and put it out there. Is there anything else that you want to add? All right, okay, we are on our way to office, and this is our home, by the way. This is a magnolia tree, and it has buds in it, so it's like blooms like once in a year or something.
It's probably, right?
I'm sorry?
It's blurry.
Yeah, I think you can't see them. Yeah, right there. It's a massive magnolia tree. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing it fully bloom prosperously, and, you know, and then having to get it all removed from our driveway, because it's a lot of work. It's like a work for like 2-3 weeks.
It just blooms for once in a year. That's very sad.
Yeah, just once a year. But the tree looks great. all year round. Like it's an empty tree, but it looks great. Yeah. All right. Ciao. Bye.